So I'm here in my little greenhouse, my heated greenhouse. I just finished, and we're going to do a new project, something kind of new. It's a combination of a self-watering container with Kratky, more or less. Let me take you along and show you what it is. This is the pepper and cherry tomato that I wanted to overwinter. The only thing really left on here, I've got a little cherry tomato I'm going to try to move into the heated greenhouse, and a bell pepper that's been cut back. There's no room in the fawn platforms, so I'm going to do something different. I'm going to build a self-watering container / Kratky grow. And all I'm doing is I'm taking two of the other buckets, that same as ones that grow here, and I'm adding, I've already added house water, and I'm going to add my nutrient here, which is Master Blend magnesium sulfate, otherwise known as Epsom salt, and calcium nitrate. Now the ratios of these are 1 to 1 to half, so 1 1/2, and mix it like that and you'll do good every time. So I'm going to add them to that, I'm going to stir it in, and I'm going to check the ppms until I bring it up to about 900 ppms or so. Between 900 and 1000. Tomatoes and peppers do really well on that. Now on the bottom of these are, well, they were plugged into my fawn system, if you remember last year, and they set down in the gutters. But so you know that there's a net cup in there, right? So the net cup is going to sit down in the nutrient, and it's going to behave like a self-watering container, at least at first, until the roots start growing some, and then the water level goes down, then hopefully the roots will go down as well. And we'll see how long it takes for that pepper and that tomato right there to go through that nutrient. Now of course I'm not going to let them die. If they suck it up right away, I'll add some more nutrient. So one of the things that's always a concern between Kratky and DWC, DWC is the same thing except you add bubbles, is once you completely cap it off, there's no way to get oxygen to it. So one of the ways you do it in deep water culture is to you keep the level of water the same at all times, but you add air to it. But in Kratky, as it goes down, the plant can get air between the nutrient roots or the water roots and the empty airspace that's already used. So I'm hoping that these plants will have oxygen within the soil itself. And the tomato, we're going to do tomato wrapping here, and we're going to wrap it around the cage like you've seen in another video. If you haven't seen the other video, it's called tomato wrapping, and that way this will be totally portable. I can move it or slide it anywhere in this room here, move it as it gets in the way, or move it to the best light, or whatever I need to do. So right now let me get to mixing the chemicals. Okay, as you can see, I've brought the nutrient level up to the point of the net cup being submerged, and I've covered it in foil, and that's just because I don't want any algae growing in it. It's an extra precaution. If you've noticed here, I've got a dragon's tongue bean in each one of these, and I planted one in each one, so I have 100% germination. It was either going to be 0, 50, or 100, but really I just wanted to see if those beans that I had saved the seeds from were still viable. Now I'm going to put the plants into the buckets and put the cage. I'll trim up the tomato some and probably the pepper a little bit, and then I'll put the cage on the tomato, and we are done. And this is them, all done. Seen me do the tomato wrapping in the past, and if you haven't, take a look at those videos called tomato wrapping. Already got it pulled out here. I'm going to wrap it around as it grows. Hopefully it'll grow. And then I've got the pepper here. It's even got flowers starting. And I got a little pepper right there. It's already begun growing. It's already been fertilized. So this is it, guys, on the self-watering container slash Kratky. If it was bubbled, it'd be DWC, I guess. All this stuff blends together for me a lot of times. Anyway, I hope this will work, and I'll carry along as I go.